Hello everybody. Today I'm introducing another new algorithm. This algorithm is a bit different and a bit the same as a tree algorithm in a sense that the tree algorithm has an upward momentum and this has upward momentum here, upward flow of energy, and this also has a left to right flow of energy here. Okay, so this algorithm is a modification of the tree algorithm in the sense that it has two different flows of energy. So now in the tree algorithm, we learned that the bottom is the past and the top is the future. For this part of the drawing here, it's the same. Okay, so it's the past to the future. Now, for this part of the flow, in almost all Neurographica drawings, the past is always on the left side and the future is always on the right side. Now, I've been told this was because of the way this is fixed is because of the rotation of the earth from left to right. So I've also been told because I've asked this question before, in cultures where left to right doesn't necessarily mean the past to future, because in the western side of the hemisphere, all books are printed with reading from left to right. Now, in Chinese, in Chinese and in Japan that I'm aware of, is top down. So they read from top down, right to left. Even the books are open from right to left, not this way. The Western books are open this way. The Chinese books are open this way. They start from this side. So they read from right to left that way. So in the sense that for them, the past is the right, the future is on the left. So obviously we're not doing any Neurographica coaching here, as in like, you have a topic that you wanted to talk about and then I would use Neurographica to help you. In that case, when you say that in your culture your flow of time from past to the future is the opposite, or is different from what the standard Neurographica is, then I would modify the algorithm to match the way your brain thinks, because that's very important. Okay, there's one particular reason why I'm showing you this picture, because this is the only algorithm with that I've done in this particular algorithm that has a picture here that I can show you. Okay, I've done about 5 or 6 of these on the same algorithm, and none of them at the time of my doing has shown any picture. This does show like a picture of a flower, a rose, or a tulip, you see the stem, the leaves here, and then the flower here. Okay, when I did not plan it out this way. In fact, how this turned out was because as I was coloring the flow, you can see all the different colors, the flow from left to right and down to up. Because of the blending of the color, and that's why it's quite important that you're using colored pencils that can blend and layer. Maybe not so many layers like some expensive colored pencils will allow you to, but 2 or 3 layers, 4 layers, it's good enough. So the set of colored pencils I use allowed me to do that, and once I had the 2 colors overlapping each other, I saw the shape of this thing, and I quickly took another color and colored it as such, and to show the picture, and this is the only one that shows this. Now, the person who designed, I'm not the creator of this algorithm, my instructor Margarita actually is. So she was the one who created this algorithm, and she gifted it to the world. She actually recorded this, I think, 2 or 3 years ago on YouTube video. So I am kind of using it here to share, because I know, since I live in Singapore, and I know this side of the world hasn't seen Neurographica at all, unless they've been, randomly surfing YouTube videos and happen to come upon it. So this side of the world hasn't seen this kind of therapeutic art yet, live, I would say. So I'm kind of putting it on my video so that anybody who sees it, actually they learn about this. So I think this is a really fantastic video, because not fantastic video, fantastic algorithm, because it allows you to dissolve stuff out of your life. And truth is, I've seen it work. After drawing about 2 to 3 times. Okay, now I've been told that it can take up, for Neuroart algorithm, any Neurographica algorithm, it can take as many as up to 20 times before you can see some effect. So if you really wanted something bad, you have to keep doing it. You have to put in the work before you will see the results. So in this case, I actually saw results within 2 to 3 times. So I was kind of lucky, I guess you could say that. I think now my instructor Margarita has also said that before, and she's also told us a story when we were going through the course, that she had a lady who started jumping up and down during her class because she said that her allergies were just gone. My story is different. My story was because I was having some particular difficulties with one family member in the household about their attitude, Empress Dowager attitude, if you know what I mean. No names mentioned. So knowing that I cannot dissolve any close relative ties out of my life, I said, alright, dissolve that attitude then. And it worked. It really worked. Surprisingly, it surprised the heck out of me. I'm like, hey, yeah, it worked. So don't underestimate the power of a Neurographica algorithm. So I am sharing this algorithm today with you, and because it's kind of late over here as I'm recording this video, I wasn't able to do any recording much because I'm still recovering from throwing out my back. So for the past week or so, it's been really painful, and I couldn't just bend over to work on art at all. I could sit in front of the computer and type, that's it, but I couldn't bend over. And doing all this stuff required me to bend over slightly, and which hurts a lot. So today probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate this algorithm, but dissolving my back pain. Okay, so you get to see it you get to see a real life topic at work here for once. So without further ado, I am going to start. So I'm going to put this away. So this drawing that I've shown you is on a larger sheet of paper. It's A3 size. It's twice the size of an A4, but we're going to be working on an A4 sheet paper, which makes things faster and easier. And I'm probably going to break this video into like a few sessions due to time constraint issues. And what you will need today, aside from coloring materials, is a pencil and the marker. So with a pencil, you don't have to find the middle today. You just have to split your paper into two portions. Okay? So the first thing you want to do, hold on a sec. So the first thing you want to do is draw a dotted circle with a pencil lightly. Okay? So we draw not too big, okay? The circle should be maybe kind of this size. Not too small, not too big. Okay, you can barely see it on the paper, but it's like here. Okay, and then and because I'm using a 2H pencil, so it's really light, and I'm going to be dissolving this later, so you totally would not see it. So if you don't have 2H pencil, you can use any pencil that you want. Just do it lightly. I'm not really doing it very lightly, but I barely see it on the camera. Let me see if... yeah, it's a bit blurry, but you can see it. Okay, so now after I've drawn the circle, you can put whatever you want to dissolve there. So if it's a person's attitude that's related to you, you put down the person's name and the attitude you want to resolve. But if it's somebody else who does it that you want out of your life, whether it's your ex or whatever, you know, or your boss, your mean boss, or your mean colleague or whatever, put his name down there or her name down there. Okay? Or something in your life that you want to dissolve, you know, write it down. Like for me, I would put back pain. Kind of like that. Okay. And then on this side, you want to draw a circle that represents yourself. I think I'm using the wrong pen here. Yeah, I am using the wrong. Yep. Okay. You want to draw a circle, a relatively big one. Okay. Bigger than this for sure. Now, if you draw it too small, then you just attenuate it. I've shown you how to attenuate it in previous videos. So it's like if it's too small, you just attenuate it and make it bigger. For example, say if I drew it this size. Okay, this is definitely smaller than this circle. You want this circle to be larger than this one, for sure. Okay, so you attenuate it. Okay, now we're not drawing spirals, we are changing the size of the circle, and you can make it bigger if you want. Alright? Now, before before we do anything else, you want to add resources that would help you to dissolve this. Okay? So, in this picture here, you see that my circle is somewhere here. Okay? And no, actually this is my circle. And all these are my resources. Okay? So you're seeing that this mess is actually about the same size as this mess here. This is kind of okay. So if I were to change this a bit, I'll maybe make this smaller and make this mess slightly bigger. Of course I can't do it now, but I'm going to make sure that happens in this picture. So what are the resources that I can tap on to dissolve this? Let's say oh, I forgot to put my name down. Okay, let's say family. Okay. Friends. I'm going to name the angel that would help me get over this. Okay. Now, then I'm going to start drawing. Now, you're going to have, see in this case here, you can draw this as the God or the universe or some higher power here that's watching over everything, that's giving light to all this to make it all better. Okay? So now you have that. So what you want to do is draw neural lines across all the circles, from all the circles, passing through from the edge here all the way through this pencil circle here to dissolve it. It doesn't have to be completely dissolved, because by the time you're done drawing lines and drawing these upward lines, it's almost all gone. Okay, so let's show you. So this is what happens. This is how you start. By going over the pencil circle, you're already dissolving part of it. So that was my aim. And not every single line has to go through all the circles. Okay? But every single line has to go through this to dissolve it. See? It's almost completely gone. Probably won't be able to see the effect so well here, but when you try it, you would probably see it better. So now, I can either do rounding now, I can continue more. Now, we can't do rounding now. Next, now that this has been dissolved, you want to draw another circle here that is smaller than this one to replace So with this circle, you're trying to replace this so that you dissolve the thing that caused you pain. Now what do you want to replace it with? So for me, in this case, I would put abundance. You can put health if you want, but I want to put abundance, and I'll put a little circle there that says health. And then I'll put another circle attached to this. And I'll call it health. Okay, you can put more stuff if you want, but I'm going to leave this as it is. Okay, well, yeah, I'm going to leave this as it is. Well, maybe I'll add one more. Because some people say back pains means missing support. So I'll put one here that says support. Okay. Now we begin the upward movement. So the upward movement is like drawing a tree that we've done in the previous one, in all the previous tutorials that I've made. So you got to make sure that your crown and your roots are about the same size, and you can tweak them as you go. Okay. And in this case, you don't have to draw any fruits or resources, in these two places. You just keep drawing the upward movements. So make sure the upward movement lines that you're drawing crosses all the three circles. Again, not every single line have to cross through all three of them. Okay, having lines cross through the circles means they're explored. So I'm feeling that there isn't enough lines on this side, so I'm going to draw some more. Okay, so before I forget, I will draw here a circle. Okay, you can call this circle the divine force, the universe. I just want to call this, I could call this the Buddha. You can call it Jesus, or you can call him the God, whatever. It's just summoning strength. So if you are atheist or agnostic, just call it universe, higher power, or whatever. I am not very familiar with what agnostic and atheist believes in. So, and if you want to leave this out, that's fine. You can call it universe. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay, and the downward lines that radiating out from it, I will use colored pencils to do it. So now, all I have to do now is rounding. Now in this, you can turn, there is no restriction on how you want to turn your picture as to when you're coloring and drawing. Maybe, when you're drawing this part, that's about it. But after that, you can turn whichever way to do your rounding. Now you can ignore all these things inside here because you're attenuating, except that smaller circle there. Oh yeah, before I forget, you can actually activate these resources if you want. I'm not going to do it here. I'll leave it up to you if you want to do it. Okay, so I'm pretty much done with the drawing. So next is coloring. There are really no limits to the way you color, the number of colors you want to use, except that you have to follow the groups of 3 rules, and also color the flow going this way and this way. Okay, as long as you can see the flow going this way and this way, you're good, and it doesn't look like mosaic. You're fine. And then if you see if an image appears in this part, a recognizable symbol or image, abstract image, okay? I don't know if it will appear here, if anything would appear at all. So we shall see later once I'm done coloring. Oops, I don't think I'm done with the rounding yet. I forgot this part. So anyways, I'm gonna stop the recording here. It's getting late, so I will do the coloring in another session, which you will see as one video, and I will fast forward when I'm doing the coloring. Okay, I will see you soon. Hello again. This is the finished picture that I've drawn using this algorithm. Um, there's one thing I wanted to talk about is this picture. I did find an image here, and if you look at this, I kind of used the graphical fixation method, like I drew the shape of what I thought I saw on here, and it came out as the image of a fish. Now, in this algorithm, there is no graphical fixation or no fixation state, and there's also you don't have to draw any few lines. There's no integration, like this is it. Now, um, when I saw this fish, I was asking myself, what does it mean to me, with regards to this topic? So whenever you see an image coming out of your drawing, you should always ask yourself, what does it mean to you? What's the story that it's trying to tell you? So when I saw this fish, I was like, what kind of fish is this? And then I looked at it again, and the answer said that it's probably like a dolphin. The dolphin has his mouth pointed this way, with his mouth open. So I thought about it, what does that mean? And then I thought about, dolphin uses sonar to navigate the waterways in the ocean, and their sonar is not audible to the human ear, and it's pointed in this direction towards me. So in relation to this topic, which is the back pain that I was trying to dissolve, this could be saying that, I said could be saying, or could be telling me that, there's hidden help on the way already, and my back is already on its way to recovery. There's hidden energy or hidden help or hidden work, something that I can't see that's already working its way to help me recover. And I kind of believe that in a way, because my back does feel better today. I mean, this video took over 3 days to film, like a couple of hours a day. So yes, this piece of art did take that long to complete. I mean, even the previous tree tutorial, the whole tree took about 4 hours to complete, in addition to all the other stuff. That's just the coloring part took about 4 hours, so which was really surprising. So no, the good thing about Neurographica is the more time you spend working on your art, is the more time your brain gets to absorb what you're trying to do and anchor what you're trying to do. So it's like you're giving your topic, the topic that you're trying to do, like giving your brain time to cook the topic, to come, to have it bear fruit. It's like when you're cooking over the stove, you gotta let stuff cook so that you can eat later. This is, to me, I think this is kind of like what's good about this art form. Okay, so don't layman the fact that some pieces might take a really long time, like for example, that piece of Neurolotus art that I did, that I have posted on the webpage, not the webpage, sorry, the Facebook page. That piece took me a whole week to do, of about 3-4 hours a day, 3-4 hours a day for about 7 days straight to get it completed. And I think the effect shows. So the more time you spend on your drawing, the better it'll look, and the happier you will be. That I can promise you. When the results come out and you work on it, you're not happy and you keep working on it, and when it finally happens, you'll be like, oh my god, I don't believe I can do this. And you did it. And it's like, you didn't believe you could do it, but you did it. And the results, you'll be very, very happy with the results. All right? So let me recap what we've covered this time. We did an algorithm for dissolving the unwanted. Now the things you can dissolve with this is a person, a behavior, um, some negative energy or energy that you don't like, actually anything that you don't like. You can try to dissolve it out of your life. Now, if you're trying to dissolve a person, it doesn't mean that, when you dissolve this person, he's gonna die or something. It doesn't work that way. It's more of a case of like getting him or her out of your life, as in so that they don't play any more part in your life, like gone for good, like a bad habit. Well, you can try and dissolve a bad habit too, but it'll probably require a lot more work. And my advice is, if you want to dissolve a bad habit, when you're writing something, when you're drawing something, replace the bad habit that you've just dissolved. Put the good habit that you want. Okay, before you add any other stuff that you want around it, you can do that. All right. And also a very, very, very important thing that you have to remember with all Neurographica algorithm is, whenever you work on any algorithm using a topic to work on an algorithm, do only one topic at a time, or per day, I would say. You can do multiple drawings of the same topic on the same day, as many as you want, as many as you can, but you should only work on one topic or one theme. For example, if there's somebody that you want to dissolve out of your life, only do that for today, even if it's just one drawing. Okay? Now, because if you do too many things, your brain will become confused and you may not get the results that you want. So if you want to dissolve somebody, just make that the topic or the theme for that day. So you can do multiple drawings of that particular topic or theme for that day. And then when you go to bed and wake up tomorrow, then you can work on something else. Don't do multiple topics or themes on the same day, and this applies to all Neurographica algorithms. So otherwise, this is all that we're doing. This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you again in the next video. Bye!